Hey, my friends. Hey, how's it going, folks? Hey, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and it's July 8th, my friends. And it's about, I don't know, a little after 12 noon, and I'm at the storage locker, friends. I'm a little sore from the weekend, but, I gotta get this work done. Now, I'm not gonna be doing this all by myself. I have help tomorrow with the heavier items. So today, my friends, I'm gonna be focusing on smaller boxes that I can lift by myself, okay? So, friends, my storage locker is due on the 12th, okay? And we're going to empty this bad boy out, friends. This is going to be it. This is going to be the last of my storage, my friends. This is it. So I would like to thank you and welcome you to tuning in to Storage Anonymous 2025, the final loads. That's right, friends. We're finally going to get it done. God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So, I'm taking this to Albuquerque to a mobile home, okay? And, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this stuff here. So, I do have a lot of heavy items. I am not going to be trying to take those today. So, mostly what I'm going to do, my friends, is I'm going to be taking from this, loading up slowly. I'm going to try to get... I'm not going to totally fill the truck up to the top. I want to get 3 rows of boxes across, Mostly, it's all the stuff I can carry by myself without too much problem. Tomorrow, my best friend Jesse is going to help me with the heavier items, okay? But today is all about smaller boxes we can put in there because it's too much work to do in 2 days, my friend. And unfortunately, this is going to be a big chunk of income for me going out to move this. But in the long haul, my friends, this is really going to help with the budget because this storage locker has been a drain on the income for years, my friend. Because first there was a storage locker down that way, my friends, and now it's this locker, okay? But it's coming to an end, my friends, and it's going to be so happy, so glorious. I cannot wait to start unpacking these things and then keeping what I'm going to keep and then donate what I'm going to donate. We'll have videos about that down the road, But for now, I got to put you guys on pause and I got to get busy. I'll be talking to you during my break, okay? Now, the good thing about this is since most of my packing is in the same similar size boxes, I'm a firm believer, my friends, in making sure all your boxes are the same size and the tubs are the same size because it's more efficient for packing. When you start having odd size boxes, that's when you start stuff is like a balancing thing. It's like a game of Jenga. It eventually will fall and break. And and either you'll hurt yourself or stuff will get damaged in storage, okay? So for filling the truck, this load's gonna be pretty efficient. Now tomorrow's load is going to be a little funky because that's bigger furniture items, stuff that doesn't really stack well, stuff that's heavy. That's tomorrow. Okay, friends, so I'm going to put you guys on pause. Hey, thanks for liking and watching. If you can, please subscribe. That'd be totally awesome, my friends. This is my 13th year on YouTube, and I would not have any of that without you, my friends. You make it happen. So please help me out. Leave a like or comment in the algorithm. For some reason, YouTube loves the comments. They're hungry for the comments, my friend. And I'm offering memberships, the price of a cup of coffee, no pressure. So now that the salesman stuff is done, it's time for me to put on my moving hat and be a mover. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey, my friends. Hey, how's it going? Whew, man, I've been at it for 2 hours now. I'm drinking some ice water right now. There's ice water in here. I'm not drinking coffee. It's too hot for that. Well, my friends, look at the progress, folks. You can see it. Look. Look behind me here. Yep, friends. Oh. I got this truck almost full, folks. Almost. I just got a little bit left. So what I'm going to be trying to do is just grab... Let me put my water down. I'm just going to focus on these boxes right here. This row of boxes holding this stuff up right here. That's going to stay. So I gotta make sure I fill up the bottom so nothing slides forward. That little gap I have right over here, I'm gonna be putting some milk crates with books, some heavier items right here to keep that stuff from sliding forward, okay? Oh, I got about another 15 minutes, maybe I would say half hour. Another half hour of loading. That's gonna be putting the stuff in here and then putting that stuff that's back. Oh, I'm gonna lay down here for a second, my friends. Oh God, I'm so tired. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is once I get this loaded up, I'll go home for a while, I'll rest up, and then I'll start driving, you know. Because I'm taking some of this today, my friends. I don't know, I gotta see if I can get, I got help for tomorrow. But yeah. Oh, we'll see. If I'm too wiped out, we'll let this, I hate to park it overnight. I really want to take it today. I really do. I'm going to. But yeah, friends, look at all that. 15-foot truck. Got it stacked pretty good. You know, 3 boxes high, 4 boxes high, all the way to the back. You know, and then so I got a heavy load in the middle of the truck. That's the comic book books. I got those laying flat with some stuff on top. That's very heavy. I wanted that in the middle of the truck so it wouldn't be a weight problem, you know, for the gas. Because I'm going to be climbing a lot of hills. Oh gosh, my friends. Hey, let me get at it. I'm almost done. I'm close to being ready to get finished. So, we'll wrap it up. I'll talk to you guys when I'm fully loaded, okay? About a half hour. It's like 2:30. What time is it now? I don't know. Like a little after 2:15, 2:20, something like that. 2:39. I have no idea what time it is, friends. It's late. Okay, talk at you later on, friends. Talk at you in a bit, okay? Whew, man, oh man. What a workout. Hey, folks. Hey, it's like 3:39, my friends. It's like an hour since our last little segment. Ooh, I am wiped out, friends. So here you go. There you go. I got half the locker, and I got that truck packed pretty good. Packed pretty tight, my friends. Whew, man. So I'm gonna go home and rest for a while, and then it's like a 60-mile drive, my friends. Like an hour. Whew, God. But yeah. So I'm gonna go home and rest for like an hour, and then start driving. Hey, I'll talk to you later, friends. Hey, talk to you later, okay? Hey, my friends. Hey, welcome to day 2. Storage Anonymous. Emptying out the locker, friends. Storage Anonymous, the final voyage. I don't know. Oh, that's too much like Star Trek. I shouldn't call it that. Yeah, my friends. We're stopping at the gas station because it was really windy. Plus, I got my dog Oso here. Say hi, Oso. Yep. We had to give him some water and, you know, and just walk around for a little bit, you know, because driving's hard, my friends. It's really windy. But yep, got the 15-foot U-Haul. And we got it packed to the brim, my friends. So I had to stop and pull over. It's kind of windy, but you know, look at that gorgeous skyline, my friends. Look at this. Is why they call this the land of enchantment, my friend. Look at that beautiful sky behind me. Just beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous, my friends? This is a wonderful. Well, oh geez Louise, friends, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty beat. I'm pretty tired. I probably won't be done until later tonight. You know, I still got a good 40 minutes, maybe 35 minutes before I get to Albuquerque. But with this wind, it's adding time to my drive, my friends, because I can't go that fast. And plus with this U-Haul, you can't go fast anyways. It's not safe. But you know, at some parts I'm going like 50 right now because it's just so windy. So hey friends, we'll talk at you later. And hey, thanks for liking and watching. This is gonna be one giant long segment. You know what I mean? So yeah, see you guys in a bit. Hey my friends, we're here. Oh God, that was a nail biter. It was so windy. There's a particular pass on the I-25 that they have a high wind area where they actually have like wind socks, so you can see which way the wind is blowing. And plus, if you could see, I am packed to the gills, my friend. I am packed to the brim, to the very rim, to the edge of the truck door, my friends. So that, in fact, did not help with these winds, because I'm all weighted down. So 65 miles pretty much all the way here. Whew, so I'm going to be spending the night. So I'll be unpacking this over the next couple hours, friends. So I'll be checking in with you guys, But yeah, pretty much this is it, my friends. This is it for the Storage Anonymous. I got one little tiny bed left in the storage locker, and that's a bed frame I'm giving to a friend. And then I have some smaller artwork pieces that'll fit in the back of the Mini Cooper, and then I just gotta sweep that bad boy, and I'm done, my friends. I'm done. Oh, are you wondering what that big thing is behind me? Oh, my friends, let me tell you about this right here. So this is the Millennium Falcon, my friends. Yep, from Star Wars. So back when the reboots were coming out, I've had this thing for years, friends. And so basically, it was hanging from the ceiling at Walmart over the movie section, and it looked a lot smaller, friends. It looked a lot smaller, and what the plan was is I was going to make a gaming table out of it so I can play games on it, right? And so once we took it down from the ceiling, I saw it was like 9 feet long, my friends. So right now, this thing is like disassembled. It comes apart in 2 parts, has a metal table, and so you can see it's all put together with cardboard and tabs. I'll be basically retaping it, fixing it back up, and I'm going to sell this thing because, unfortunately, I had no room in my mobile home for this. But yeah, my friends, you can see I am packed to the brim. But pretty much, this is a lot of my art supplies. This is like my barbecues. A lot of stuff goes in the outside shed. All these little bundles behind me like this. These are frames. That's going to go in my little studio room. So, I mean, it's a lot, but I'm going to disperse it, right? And if it doesn't fit, I'll donate it and get rid of it, But yeah, friends, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to be able to get rid of that storage. Because, over the years, storage is strangey, my friend. I mean, I'm not demonizing the storage industry, okay? Don't get me wrong, because it serves a purpose. There's times when you do have to move stuff and you can't keep them at your home. It just becomes a problem when it's long term, and then when you don't let go of the items, under circumstances. So that's when it's bad, okay? So let me just say that I'm not demonizing the storage industry in any of these videos. What I'm mostly talking about is the human aspect, the hoarding aspect, my friend, okay? So storage and hoarding, that's the combo that's bad, okay? That's the toxic combo, okay? Most people can have a storage and let it go. It's the people like me with that hoarding gene, with that shiny crow gene, that just can't get rid of anything. See how I'm scanning? So you can see all the stuff behind me. Try to prove a point, man. It's just, it's hard. I'm a hoarder, and I'm getting over it. And, the reason why it really wasn't so bad and so noticeable over the years, my friend, because I had all these collectibles, I had all this cool stuff, I had all this neat things, so it didn't really look like I was having a problem. I had a lot of depression buying. Once I started keeping my collectibles in boxes and not being able to display them, that's when it became a problem. See, my only difference is I hoarded cool stuff, instead of the usual stuff you see in the horror TV shows, the hoarding ones, So, but I'm done. I'm done, and I learned a while to let things go, and I'm really hoping, my friends, that these series of videos have been a boon to you, because I know they've helped me. And, so some of the stuff I'll be getting rid of. I'm not keeping everything in here, but I had to get out of that storage locker because my locker was due on the 12th, my friends, and, this was a sizable chunk of money to get this stuff out. And I basically spent double what I would spend in my storage locker, but I had to do it. I had the extra money. This is, well, actually I borrowed some money, and so, and I have 3 paychecks this month, so I had to get this out before the 12th, because that's when my bill was due again, and I had to get it out, my friends. I had to get it out. It was now or never, I had to cut the costs because, I'm having trouble paying my bills. Now, I'm getting them paid, but it's just tricky. I have to shave off whatever excess I can, And that storage locker was a definite life drain, my friends. So yeah, even though I talk about all the collectibles I have and all this stuff, I can never gain back that money I spent on storage. Even if I sold a few key items, you know, I still would not get back the money I spent. So now, thank God, I'll be able to enjoy this stuff. Because a lot of this stuff is painting supplies, art supplies. You know, I can put it to use, and if I can't use it, then I can make sure somebody gets it. At the mobile home park I live in, they got a little donation bulletin board. They got like a little community room with books and movies, and so I'll be able to donate stuff to my surrounding environment, you know, and I'll find out, I like to do videos with Savers. You know, I'm not endorsed by Savers. I just like to shop at Savers. So once all my things are going to be changing because I'm moving into a new city. So once the house, you know, this is one step further in the new part of my life. I'm not gonna lie, my friends, I'm pretty tired. I didn't get home until midnight last night, and but today I got an earlier start. Yesterday I didn't drive until after 6 to Albuquerque. It's an hour drive. Today I got here and it's not even 5 yet. So I'm already in yesterday I didn't get here till 7. So I'm already like 2.5 hours early. So, and like I said, I'm going to spend the first night in my new home. So once I'll be unloading this a little bit at a time. So right now I'm taking a break because I just drove like an hour. Actually, it should have been an hour, but it took me an hour and a half because I had to stop because the winds were just too bad. And so, plus I had my little dog with me, and you know, and I just had to get him out. Okay, friends. Hey, we'll talk at you in a bit. Okay, we'll talk when I have like half this stuff is in the area there. But for right now, you know, I'm gonna go take a break, drink some ice water, and I'll probably come out here in about a half hour and get busy. Talk at you later, friends. Hey, friends. Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's Thursday, it's the 10th, my friends. It's like 7 a.m. and oh, I look all scruffy, my friends. Oh yeah, we ended up spending the night at the mobile home. By the time I got here, it was just too late and too hot. I was just too tired. So I'm going to be knocking out the truck by myself. I'm hoping it takes no more than 3 hours, because we're supposed to be having a heat advisory at noon. Yesterday when I got here, it was like 98. So it was pretty hot. That's the main reason why I didn't unload, other than being really tired too. So I'll be talking to you guys during my break. This is an extra long piece together segment of Storage Anonymous, the final journey. Yeah, I'm going to call it that. Oh, I'm so tired, my friends. I'm so tired, you know. Oh, God, like on Tuesday, I loaded a load and brought it here and unloaded it by myself, you know. I got here like at 7 and I didn't get home until midnight, you know. And then yesterday, I had help loading the truck, but I'll be unloading by myself. And yeah, it's going to be a morning workout. But yeah, my friends, hope you're having a great day. I'm drinking plenty of water. I'm averaging one of these like an hour now, my friends. It's a lot warmer in Albuquerque. On average, you know, it's gonna be hot now. So I'll be a hot weather guy. Yeah. This is a good water. Has a little splash of lemon, which is very delicious. Well, folks, I'm about to move the truck just a little bit forward so I can pull out the ramp. So I got a 15-foot U-Haul this time around. Usually I do the little small guys, but I had to drive like 60 miles one way. So I needed a bigger truck. I had a lot of hills to go up and down, and so I got this bigger U-Haul, and so I just got to move it a little bit so I can pull out the ramp and get busy, you know. So everything I'll be moving with the dolly, you know, a lot of boxes, a lot of heavy stuff, my friends. I got a lot of heavy stuff, you know. Got record albums, I got movies, I got stuff. I got just a lot of things. A lot of things, my friends. Hey, we'll talk at you guys later, okay? I got to get busy before it gets too hot. See you guys in a bit. Hey my friends, it's Thursday, July 10th, about 2:50. Hey my friends, it's 97 degrees. Oh my God, yes, it's almost 100. It is so hot. I've been working on this. Look, it's close to being empty, but not quite. I got a few things on the porch. Yeah, friends, this has been an all-day job. I started early. I started at 8:30 this morning. This is like my, I don't know, I've been averaging a bottle of water an hour, and plus I've already had I've been eating meals like constantly 'cause I'm burning through my calories. I just got done having my third sandwich of the day. No, two sandwiches and a muffin, 2 yogurts, some pineapple, a cup of iced tea, a cup of coffee, and 6 waters. Yeah. If I was a hummingbird, I'd still need to eat more. My friends, it's extremely hot. What I've been doing is just taking stuff. I have a ramp, I have a dolly. I'm dropping stuff on the patio. Earlier I was spending more time in the truck. As it gets hotter, I'm just pulling stuff up and dropping it on the porch and moving it from there. But yeah, my friends, this thing was filled to the top, to the door, my friends. I got a lot of junk. Not really junk, I have a lot of stuff, Alright, we'll talk to you soon. This is Storage Anonymous. Hey, thanks for liking and watching. If you can, please subscribe. It'd be totally awesome. It's not one giant long video, so I gotta get into the habit of saying that, My friends, thank you for helping me on this journey. This is a very good feeling to empty this, not have a storage anymore. I have one little load. I have a mattress. I have a bed frame that folds out, like a little portable one for guests, and I'm giving that to a friend. And then I have some smaller frames and art supplies. So I'm going to pick the frame up and take it home in the truck. I'll come back at the car and get the rest of it, sweep it out, and I'm done with the locker, So I'll go there tomorrow after work and talk to them. All right, thank goodness, my friends. I can get out of here because I'm basically like inside an oven, my friends. All right, hey, talk to you in a bit. Look, this is a shirt I was wearing yesterday. I'm so dirty, my friend. Oh, like dirty from dust, okay? I should specify. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys on my next break when this thing's empty. Hey, my friends. Hey, how's it going? Oh, God, it's been an amazing journey, my friends. It's been a couple of days of moving. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Hey, so it's 8:01 p.m., my friends. And we're back in Santa Fe, okay? And as you can see, I got the empty truck here. We got everything back in the new home. Here is the storage right now, and as you can see, we have a little bit of some stuff in here still. Oh God, yeah, a little more than I wanted. We ran out of room with the truck. I gotta take this back home, and then we're gonna probably rent a smaller U-Haul and take the rest of the stuff to the house later. But as you can see, my friends, yeah, I got a little bit of stuff left. Oh my God, my friends. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's going to feel so good to get this emptied out. So I'm going to get busy, and then I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes, okay? Oh, I'm a mess. I'm a mess, my friends. Look, I am so dirty. I've been just working. So let me get on it, okay? Let me get on it. I'll talk to you guys in a few. Hey, my friends. July 11th. About 4:46 p.m. on a Friday, friends. Wow, what a grueling couple of days, folks. I ended up calling in sick today at work because, my God, my friends, I could barely move. Oh God, I basically emptied this whole locker by myself. I had help loading the truck on one load, but pretty much I loaded one whole entire truckload, and I unloaded 2 truckloads by myself, my friends. It was grueling, it was excruciating, I'm in so much pain, but my friends, this is it. This is it. I'm going to be free. I'm going to be free of this. Yep, there it is, friends. all I have to do is sweep and pick up some cardboard and some paper. So let's get that trash bag. Yeah, friends, here it is. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, friends? It's like the end of an era here. I gotta tell you, okay, so me and my ex-wife, we had a locker together here, but we paid them $10,000 over the years, okay? As a single guy, I've had my locker since December, okay? So maybe, I don't know, not quite $1,000, but a lot of money. No, almost $1,000. Yeah, we could say about $1,000. Okay, but the point is, my friends, is I'm no longer going to be stuck having stuff in storage. I'm going to be able to enjoy the items in my life. I'll be able to sell items I don't need, and donate, pass it on to somebody else who wants it. I hope everybody's who has watched me on this journey has learned something from my actions and behavior as an example of how having a storage long term robs you of your life, okay? Storages are short term. Now, if you're a business and you're using the storage as a warehouse, it's a whole different story, my friends, because you're writing off that business expense, okay? It's as a regular person is where the storage is super harmful, friends. That's where it really kills you. Because basically, you know, most of this stuff you probably can get by without. I don't know, it's just so hard, because I've been in that situation, you know. It's hard to let go of stuff, you know. But, so basically the office closes at 6, my friends. So once I sweep this out, I'll go let them know that I'm done. Now, the guy saw me the other day emptying out, putting like my load into the U-Haul. So they already know I'm moving out. So I told him, yep, I got my mobile home. I'm moving out. So basically, I just got a lot of dust. New Mexico is pretty dusty, my friends, because we're high desert, okay? So a lot of dust. So I don't really have any other mess than that. You know, I'm very careful about what you store in my storage. You never store food items. You know, you don't store household cleaners and stuff in boxes. You store those in safe receptacles. But I had no need to store any of that. Most of my stuff, my friends, was just personal items, books, knickknacks, art supplies, games, the usual stuff you would see in the storage, my friends. The usual stuff, A lot of this is, now the big thing is too, my friends, is a lot of people end up with the storage because a loved one passes, or their mom, or an elderly parent, mom or dad, moves in with them. So they usually have to have a storage to take care of the excess stuff. It's really hard when you're older to get rid of items. Believe me, this was brutal, my friends. This was brutal. Thank God I'm in halfway decent shape for my age. But it was like 97 degrees yesterday. Now you'll see that I'm stringing this into one long montage. And a super long final goodbye to Storage Anonymous. Now, my friends, we'll still be spending more time together, but now I can make cool videos about the collectibles I had in my storage, and we can show me getting rid of them or donating them and learning about the stuff. I got stuff in boxes I haven't seen in far too long. I'm embarrassed to say I've had stuff in boxes for decades. Okay, so this is it's a thing, If you're a hoarder, don't feel bad. Just try to fix it, okay? Don't sit there and agonize over it, Take action, It'll kill you and rob you, Your house will get so messy that you can't have friends over. And then you're isolated, okay? And then it gets even worse, okay? Because if you have nobody coming over reacting to how bad your house looks, then you normalize it in your mind. And it's unhealthy and it's dangerous, you know? We've seen the TV shows. Now, my place was bad, but never like, it wasn't horrific like the TV shows. But, you know, but it was bad. Boxes, boxes, boxes. Between me and my mate, my ex-spouse, we had a lot of stuff, you know? We both had that gene. And it was a bad combination for us. And I wish her well, and I hope she has luck on her journey, okay? Thank God I got this emptied out. But I gotta tell you, my friends, I spent 2 days, you know, so Tuesday, I spent 12 hours working on the storage. Between loading it up and taking it and no loading it, that was a 12-hour day, and coming back to Santa Fe. Yesterday, loading it, you know, and then on Wednesday, my friend helped me load the truck, and it, you know, and then basically we, you know, and then I unloaded on Thursday, and that took me 12 hours, so. And then probably like 4 hours of driving, because, you know, from Santa Fe to Albuquerque, it's an hour drive, my friend, it's 60 miles, you know. And then driving that big old 15-foot U-Haul, oh my gosh, it was sore. My shoulders are killing me. This phone feels like it's made out of lead. It feels super heavy, okay? But thank God I got it done. Now, sure, it was a bummer not having help, but you know, the way I figure it, my friend had a health issue, and I hope she's going to be okay, you know. And so I don't, you know, but the way I figure it, my friends, is everything happens for a reason, okay? And the universe had determined that I had to make this journey alone, okay? That I had to make this journey alone with a little bit of help, but I had to do the work. I had to unload everything, see everything, realize how much stuff I have, and I don't need more than half of it, okay? So this is my final lesson. The final lesson is having to know this by myself, to see, to bang in the reality of how much junk I have, and do I really need all this? Some of it, yeah, some of it was essential, but a lot of it that's went into the sheds, you know, I got like 1,500 videotapes, my friend. I don't need those. Who watches VCR tapes? Some people do. There's still people who are a fan of that niche. So I'm hoping to capitalize off that, right? Out of those 1,500 videotapes I have, about 200 of them never made it to disc. I know which ones they are. So I'll sort through that stuff, and then I'll start going back to the Collector Facebook group, get active again, and try to sell these for the cheap. Because, see, it's not about the profit for me, because there's no way I can make my money back because this stuff has been in storage so long. So my mission, my friends, is to get this stuff in the hands of collectors. So who knows, I might have somebody's holy grail item, something they've been searching for a while, you know? So my goal now is to unload all this stuff, okay? Now, Albuquerque is a bigger city, way bigger than Santa Fe, probably like about 5 times bigger, my friends. So there's a lot of niche stores. There's a lot of collectibles. I'm going to meet people of the like mind who like the niche stuff I like. So the universe is helping me, my friends, begin this new journey in my life. And my new journey in my life begins when I close that storage door for the last time. You know, and I wish you guys all well, and I hope you can get there. So this is enough gabbing, okay? So it's 4:45 when I started. I just got to sweep the little ledge right there, and then we're almost done. I'll get back with you guys in a second. There we go, friends. Passing through this gate for the last time. The gentleman said goodbye. They're really nice. Very nice guys. Okay, there I am, friends. We're out of here.